Now for In the News TV Daily, Ralo dropped a video while locked up in the feds and gives us an update. He says he's still running things from the inside. Atlanta rapper Ralo speaks out with the video while in the feds, and he says, "I'll run this." Find out how the rapper is behind bars, running the feds, and he's still running things behind out in the streets. And we have an exclusive update on the rapper's case. Make sure to like and comment below. If you do both, I will reply in the comments to hear what you have to say and we can chop it up. Make sure you do that. I'm in the news with it. Let's get into the news.
I'm in the news with it.
Now, almost a year ago, the Atlanta rapper was locked up Sunday, April 15, 2018. This is about a year and a half. Now, he is currently being held, and the charges are basically him distributing tree. Now, according to the reports, the rapper was locked up with approximately 440 pounds, which was valued around $840,000 while flying private into Peachtree Airport in Atlanta. Now, the paperwork shows that Ralo was deeply tied into the streets with this crew in Atlanta. Area around the urban area is known as Famerica. Now, which the authorities claim that Ralo is definitely the leader of the crew. Now, if you guys look on social media, if you look on Ralo's videos in the past, he's always the leader of the crew. It looks like he has the most money. And when Ralo says get something done, it looks like the crew forms in line and gets it done. Now, the rapper did go viral just by the way he moves. To me, honestly, leading up to the weeks before he actually got locked up, the authorities were pulling him over, searching him at airports, all of these type of things. So it looks like they were definitely building a case. Now, if you guys know the feds, they definitely built a case. But he was getting a lot of attention on social media when recorded the actual authorities, patting him down in the airport, just following his tour bus, pulling him over and stuff like that. So a lot of people got to know about Ralo just because of that incident. They really didn't know about the music, or me, I didn't know about the music until he was starting to get that attention from the authorities. Now, right after he was locked up, the agents ran into Ralo's apartment complex. The housing community is also known as Little Pakistan to the people in Atlanta or the surrounding areas. Now, which is proven on paperwork to Ralo actually owning. Now, he didn't rent out or give people places to stay for free. He actually owned the complex, and everyone that lived in that complex was rent-free. And that was a beautiful thing. Now, the agents kicked down the doors in the early morning hours of April 18th. Now, for weeks, even months before Ralo got locked up, his whole operation or friends were on YouTube. So the crew, it was to show the crew's everyday life. Now, mostly of the videos are actually filmed in the community complex that Ralo owned. On the vlogs, it did show around 10 to 20 people that lived in the apartment complex. Now, as soon as Ralo actually admitted on a Vlad interview that he actually stayed in the complex, that he had like a compound where everybody protected him and he was kind of ducked off. So I don't know if he was still living there when he got locked up, but more than likely, this crew moved really like a family. He probably was living in the complex when he got locked. Soon as Ralo was locked up, fans started to blame Ralo for letting the industry get inside his world. Now, Ralo is known to have several interviews on Vlad TV where he talked about his past of the game. He went on to speak about making millions of dollars while selling tree and other things. And then also, we got to go back to that YouTube page where it was a vlog of the Famgoon people where they blamed the cameraman for doing too much for Ralo or just filming too much and actually putting it on YouTube. Now, if you look at his page, he's getting millions and millions of views on those vlogs, of course, after they got locked up, but people were still, or the feds were still actually watching those videos. Now, with Ralo, a lot of people was wondering, how is he just a rapper and he's getting all this money? Now, of course, Ralo is a big rapper in Atlanta, and I would say Georgia for the most part, but it was pretty much local. He didn't have the paper trail to show how he owned several Lambos, Ferraris, and other cars. He was flying in private jets on numerous occasions, and he owned his own apartment complex. Now, not to say that the apartment complex was plush, but at the end of the day, he did buy the property, kind of gutted it out or rented it out, give renovation inside the apartment complex and then inside the apartments. And he kind of fixed it up and made it look brand new. So that's a lot of money. That's not pocket change that you can invest in. That we're talking around at least the high hundred thousands to actually buy the complex, and then probably a little bit more to actually renovate it. So rumor has it that Ralo actually was signed to Gucci Mane's label. So people were saying that Ralo was actually a recipient of Gucci Mane's money, and that's the reason that Ralo has all of this money, or that big windfall of money. Now, the rapper was denied bond from a federal charge. Now, according to the reports, they reported that the total amount of pounds that they updated when he went to court was 900,000 of high grade, which was valued around $2 million, that was chartered from private planes to Ralo. So it looks like they were saying that he was traveling to California, getting the peas, taking them on a charter, and then flying them back to where people couldn't get them. And he was just making a huge profit from like 50,000 to 100,000 each time he flew. Now, this is what the paperwork is saying. The paperwork then goes on to say that the feds think that Ralo and his friends sold the tree from the apartment complex that he owned. Now, while in court, fans lined up outside of the federal courthouse holding signs for the rapper to be released. Now, during Ralo's court date, the lawyer explained that Ralo is an accomplished rapper with 5 children. Now, despite the charges against Ralo, the lawyer says that he gives back to the community, and he is accused of selling tree in states where it's pretty much illegal, especially California. Now, the judge denied the bond for the rapper, saying that he did not honor his probation and he's a convicted F4 on his record. Now, just covering stories with the Fed is a very rare occasion that people will actually get locked up or granted bond with the Fed. So it's nothing to really raise the red flag about. Now, while being locked up, the rapper started to utilize his time and released a trap mixtape. Now, when the rapper dropped the mixtape while he was locked up, he wanted to tell his side of the story before actually getting locked up, and then during being locked. Ralo says there's always 2 sides to a story. Now, he claims he displayed his steady revenue stream from lucrative live gigs, club appearance fees, and recording features. Now, according to the company that Ralo was partnered with, they are saying that Ralo gets 80% of his streaming incomes and it goes straight to him. So all of the money he got was from music. Now, Ralo explained that the feds took all of his money in his accounts. They kind of like froze him. So the deposits that came from music helped the rapper pay for his lawyer fees and take care of his family and to pay his taxes. Ralo says that's the beauty of being independent. He claimed that he was getting around $40,000 to $50,000 a month. Now fans actually dropped a video of Ralo while locked up. Or was this real? Now, Ralo dropped a video from the inside and gave fans an update on his status while being locked up in the federal charges. Now, during the video, Ralo told the viewers that he was running things, and he also added that he was renting out space. So some people were saying Ralo is going to do a lot of major time just for being on camera and actually releasing this footage to the social media, while others disagree, saying that Ralo can do whatever he wants. He's like that. Now, the video has surfaced after Ralo's legal team gave an update on the case, saying that he did turn down a 5-year plea deal. Now, they are saying that the feds offered Ralo 5 years on his birthday, and Ralo smiled and actually turned the deal down. Now, he tells the fans that he will be out of the feds by the end of the year, which is only 2 months away. It's October 1st, so we got 2 more months. If not, then Ralo will be still locked up. But the thing about Ralo and the thing about the feds, if they're actually offering you 5, then it's a high chance that you'll actually beat the feds, which is a rare occasion, to be honest with you. Now, Ralo has been locked up for almost a year, so he would only have to do 4 more years, you know, being locked up. But for him to actually deny it and for them to actually offer him something, a plea deal, then it shows that they really don't have too much on Ralo. Ralo probably have to sit out probably for the next couple months, maybe. I wouldn't say 2 months, I would say maybe 6 to 10 more months, and the charges definitely will be dropped, because if they're offering you a plea, it doesn't make sense. For 5 years, from what he's doing or they're actually accusing him of, it should be a lot more years that they're offering him for a plea. So only 5, it shows that they really don't have too much on him, and they're kind of playing a waiting game with Ralo at the end of the day. So let's talk about this in the comments. Do you think Ralo is getting out anytime soon? And some people are saying the video is old. If it's old, then let me know why is it old. Now, some people are saying this video is brand new, that was just dropped yesterday. So comment below and tell me what you think, and make sure you vote at the top right of the video. It's a poll question, so you can say yes or no, and it's at the top right. It's a circle, and then it flashes out, so make sure you check that out. Now, I'm in the news with it. I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, walk through this I want to now. I rented it. It's mine. Free my nigga. Fam. Cool. I want to know. We always figured it'll be a way out of there. Streets, the control booth, all.
So let's say Ralo actually gets out 6 to 12 months next year. Do you think the fans is actually going to be looking out for his music? I mean, when he got locked up, it was kind of buzzing. He just had that, like I said, once he got locked up or the feds were on his trail, it kind of got me curious about his music. I checked out a few actual mixtapes or songs. I really wasn't a fan, to be honest, but I'm sure he's been writing on the inside, so I'm sure people will definitely like to hear what he has to say, what he's been through, and what's the future for Ralo. I don't know if he'll be able to go back to the actual apartments if they find, I guess if they don't find anything wrong, then he'll be able to get all his possessions back, all his money back, and he'll be able to go back to the apartments. But that follow-up mixtape or that follow-up song will definitely be streamed. It will go viral. I'm looking forward to hearing interviews from him, just to finding out exactly what happened, because you got to think the media, they definitely can have the situation wrong, they can have the stories wrong, and they kind of twist it to their own benefit. So I definitely would like to hear. Let me guys know what you think. Do you think Ralo will be a bigger star when he gets out? It seems like all the rappers that actually get locked up when they come back out, they're more popping. We had Bootsy, Pac, who else? Gucci Man. A lot of people that's been locked up, they come out and they're popping again. So do you think Ralo, had to spend some time locked up just to come back to be on top of the game? It sounds like it would make sense if he got locked up and came back on top of the game, because controversy sells, and if anything that's not good in the news, then it kind of boosts him up and makes him bigger. So I think it'll be bigger. I will definitely be looking out. But what do you think? Do you think you'll be looking out for the new music that comes out with Ralo?